welcome back to the video on Wrestling and to another edition of NXT Out of 10. And yeah, it's a big episode of NXT this week. We're getting closer and closer to Battleground. Natalia and Karen Petrovic fought Shayna Baszler and Lola Vice on this show. And the challenge for Obafemi's North American title will be determined. And we have much more, including women's North American title qualifiers, with Thea Hale taking on Fallon Henry. Hale nearly caught Henley in the Kimura lock, but Henley ducked out and rammed her rival into a steel barricade. She followed up with a Shining Wizard in the ring to take the 3 count. This was a fun opener between two of NXT's most polished performers. The finish came a little fast, but the two got the time they needed to tell their story. Henley needed a win, finally earning a singles title shot and solidifying her recent heel turn. It's a shame that Hale had to lose though, as she would be a perfect addition to a ladder match as well. There's no reason why this should be anything more than the first part of the rivalry that can go for months. To come, it will be important for both to ramp up the intensity for future bouts. So yeah, I'm going to give it a 6 out of 10. I thought it was a decent match and leads to the potential for more to come. Before it's time for Fraser and Axiom against the family, Tony D coached Stax and Crucifina for a tough fight, but Fraser and Axiom were too fast and tough to keep down. A brawl broke out at ringside between No Quarter Catch Crew and the family. The distraction allowed Fraser to catch Stax for free. It was a solid tag match without much drama. While Stax was working hard to keep up with the champs, he and Crucifina are not title contenders yet by any stretch. This did continue to build up multiple angles, and all Quarter Catch Crew is still going after the family, and the champions need to finally fight the OC. So yeah, I thought this was decent. Gets 7 out of 10 from me. Combine two different storylines, with the family I think still looking strong. Of course, Tony D is the new Heritage Cat champion. So yeah, I thought this worked quite nicely. Before it's time for that number 1 contenders match for the North American title, Wesley against Josh Briggs against Joe Coffey, and all 3 men were evenly matched until Wolfgang clotheslined Briggs on the floor. Wesley and Coffey then fell onto Briggs and picked up a double pin. Awkward contrived finishes aside, this was by far the best match of the night. These 3 men walked on each other. Joe looked great in his first action back, while Lee was the obvious star. The right answer was for Lee to go solo against Obafemi. If NXT wants to extend that match later today, a triple threat makes sense. Femi remains a great champion, and no one should take the title off him anytime soon, knows. So yeah, it gets 7 out of 10 for me. I can see why they did it. It was a bit of a contrived ending, but I thought, you know, in a way it does make sense. But yeah, potentially could have been booked in a different way. Who knows? But yeah, gets a 7 out of 10 from me. Before it's time for another one of these qualifying matches with Jada Parker taking on Brittany Reese. Brittany Reese looked poised to pick up the most important win of her career, but Inofi and Blade seems to bring the bad luck as their rival set up Parker to hit the running hip attack to score the win. Parker has been a clear priority in NXT's recent booking. The result of this match was a foregone conclusion as Reese has lost every contest so far. However, NXT is using Reese regularly for a reason. She was arguably a more impressive competitor throughout this match, but have yet to show they are ready for a major push. So they've clearly improved from their work early on in the women's breakout tournament. Too much of this was focused on what Inofi and Blade are doing. They are regularly featured but hopelessly lost in the current NXT scene. So yeah, unfortunately for that reason, I kind of have to give it a 5 out of 10. Before it was time for Lexis King against Dante Chen, Mr. Stone introduced King's next opponent, Dante Chen. A timely distraction from Stone allowed Chen to counter the coronation into a small package for the win. The NXT's first Singaporean superstar has travelled a lengthy road to get his second chance on NXT TV after first debuting in September 2021, and hopefully is ready for the big time. The first match was not the best sign though. His entrance promised big action, but Chen mostly got beat down until he snuck away with a pinfall. With Von Wagner gone, Stone needs a new project. Chen could help this, but Stone does not have an impressive track record elevating talent despite his ability to deliver a promo. So yeah, it'll be intriguing to see how it goes, but for this alone I'm going to give it a 6 out of 10. Before Trick Williams declared that he did not assault Noam Dar, saying he didn't sneak attack, Jakara Jackson and Ori Mensa both continued to blame him, but Lash Legend told him to stop. Joe Coffey made a surprise appearance and set up a Gallus beatdown. Javon Evans tried to make it so, but he and Trick were both beaten. This was a waste of time and made a poorly built title scene look only more chaotic. NXT has not done any good for Trick so far as a champ. Noam Dar comes off as a threat to the title holder, and Gallus, not metaphor, got the upper hand on the champ. When Joe said this week he would explain why he was interrupting the NXT champion and challenging for the North American Championship, nothing was made clear by the end. NXT has too many talented wrestlers who overuse Gallus in multiple title scenes at the same time, unfortunately. Before it's time for Shayna Baszler and Lola Vice against Natalia and Karen Petrovic, and Natalia and Petrovic were the better team here. After a communication breakdown, Petrovic had a heart attack with the boat and picked up a win over Lola Vice. Shayna Baszler tried to help Vice up afterwards, but Vice hit her with a roundhouse kick. The Queen of Spades responded with a Karafuda clutch. A brawl broke out as the officials tried to separate them. Ava announced the fight would be at Battleground, and Baszler made it NXT Underground. While this was not the best match of the night, it was structured to feel special. To that point in the booking was more important than the in-ring action. Credit to the NXT officials booking this feud steadily to the point Petrovic could main event an episode early in her career. This match made Petrovic feel like she can be a star. She still isn't completely ready in the ring, but she can work well with Natalya. The Queen of Spades continues to look more comfortable in NXT, and she could steal the show background against Vice. But yeah, at the same time, I kind of felt like, this feud's gone on a bit too much now. And did I really get anything out of this match? I think, aside from the obvious good parts, personally, I didn't really feel too much about it. So I'm going to give it a 5 out of 10. Overall, NXT gets a 6 out of 10 from me. I thought, it was a pretty decent episode of NXT. There were a few bits like the Galveston beatdown and trick that I personally wasn't massively on board with, but I thought on the whole it was a pretty decent show. And like I say, gets a 6 out of 10 from me. Without being spectacular, I thought, the action that we did get was pretty decent. So 6 out of 10. Hey guys, that's it for this video. Thanks very much for watching. Remember to like, share, subscribe, follow us on our socials, link in the description below for daily wrestling news, meme and content. Subscribe to our other channels on screen right now. That'd be greatly appreciated. Thanks very much for watching. Peace out.